Q Services, Qwashers, eBay and YouTube. What we're on with is the Tx12100. Now obviously these come in different formats with different colour lids. Sometimes they might have a blue lid on, sometimes they might have the red lid on. What I've got here is a machine that's lacking in pressure, but what's happening is the machine is unloading. Now we tried to put an unloader in there and it's made no difference, so it looks like the head, it can happen sometimes, and the head itself is worn on the unloader. So when we've put it in, the machine is still hunting, which you'll see in a second or two. So we'll demonstrate it and show you. You'll also see there this looks like it's been frozen because the gauge itself is lipped. Yeah. The little problem with these machines is fantastic little machines. They've got an integral unloader in the system, Qwashers pump. But a little design fault is all these years these machines have been made, got a switch on the top that turns it on and off. Keep an eye on your gasket. If that gasket gets damaged, what happens is, when you're sat outside of this machine, the water runs straight through the switch and it goes into the motor itself. So the machine then starts tripping out. You can also at times have the machine blowing fuses. So we're going to set this up at the moment so it's suck and return. This is how we're going to set this one up when it's all done and dusted, which we're going to show you how to do. You got your two capacitors on the machine itself, and like I say, what we're going to do is continue and show you the machine. So I'll turn the machine on, and if you look at the hose, you will see it jumping. So the hose all the time is jumping. Pull the trigger, let go, and the machine continues to jump on the hose. It's unloading continually. So what we're going to do is take the unloader out and you'll see from there onwards. So what we're going to do is undo the unloader itself out of the system completely. So we're going to take this part out. So you'll see in here, very corroded and everything else. This is the unloader itself that's going to sit inside. We're going to take this out in a second or two. What we have to do is get two screwdrivers that are sharp and prise it out. Won't be a second. So two screwdrivers down and we'll prise the unloader out. So what I've got here is the unloader that's inside there, relief valve. Inside you'll also see a nut down there in the bottom, the silver shiny nut. What we're going to do is pull that out as well in a second or two. So what I've got here is a piece of threaded bar that we're going to screw down and pull the seat out. We'll screw it into the seat itself and then just get hold of it and pull the seat out itself once it's in. And that's the seat that's in the bottom. You'll see what we're going to do with that in a minute or two. So we've taken the seat out of the bottom, if you can see, I don't know whether you can or not with the light. We've also taken the front part off, and inside there you'll see an orifice. Lighting to over good, but we'll take it out and then you can see that as well. Yeah, we've taken the end off and we'll continue and take this part out. So what we're going to do also here now is a little Allen key, and we're going to shove and prise this part out, which, there we go. It's the stem itself at the front of it. So now we've got an open chamber. So what we can do now is put this part back in place. So what we've got now is we've bunged off. We've put a stud into there and bung this port off down here. We're going to put this back in place now. And shove it back into the bottom, right into the bottom seat. So that seat's pushed fully down now. So what we've got there is the old unloader, and what we're going to do is going to cut the end off it and we're going to insert that into the end of the unloader itself, so that then is sat in there and stops it from leaking, which you'll see in a minute or two. So we're going to cut this, take the end nipple off and insert it into the unloader. So we've got this part, we're going to shove that inside. We've got the unloader ready, so it's flow sensitive, so it's not trapped unloader from there onwards. So that's inserted inside the unloader. And what we're going to do is screw this back into the top now, so it's all bunged off. We've just got a straightforward pump, which you'll follow in a minute or two and see. So the old unloader is back in place. Obviously that doesn't need setting, that's not used anymore. All we've done is just put the top part in to stop it from leaking out the top. So then set the flow sensitive unloader system up. And obviously what we'll do here is set it up to dump in a second or two. So what we're doing is this machine's being set up to suck and return. So what's going to happen is this will dump. So the machine itself will suck the water in at the bottom side and it will dump the water back to the tank it's sucking from. 3 meters really is the max, and what you do is set yourself a pipe up. The other way is if you wanted to put a fitting from there and take this bung out and go into the bottom side of it.